morning, everyone. My name is Debbie Singleton, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Happy New Year! I hope everyone had a great holiday season and a Happy New Year. Hopefully everyone did something fun over the New Year, or maybe you stayed home in your pajamas and you watched the ball drop on TV, or you went out just early enough in the evening and then you came home and you watched TV or just snuggled or whatever. But hopefully you had a great New Year. I do not set New Year's resolutions, basically. I just kind of say what my goals are going to be. And I don't set like huge goals. I don't do that really anymore. But if you do, great. And hopefully you're able to stick with your goals or your resolutions, whichever you want to call them. I set kind of mini goals, and I do that throughout the year so that I'm not setting one and saying, okay, I'm going to do something and then don't ever do that. So that's kind of what I do. And that seems to work for me. But whatever works for you, I hope you do that. But anyways, what we did was we actually had a date night. We don't usually ever do much of anything on New Year's because it just gets too crazy for us. So we actually had an early dinner, and then we went to the movies, and that was really fun. So we enjoyed that. We had a great evening doing that. And then we had a wonderful Christmas season. So our kids come over in the morning, a tradition, and we take them out for breakfast on Christmas Day. And then they spend the day with us, and then we have Christmas at our house. And then everybody comes over after that for a dinner toward the evening. So we had it like at 3 o'clock, and and then everybody opens presents. So that's really a lot of fun. And my granddaughter looks forward to going to breakfast. And we go to IHOP. IHOP's the one that's open on Christmas, and the staff is wonderful. They're happy. They're glad to be there. So we always tip very well. And one of the things my granddaughter said this year was, we're still going to IHOP, right? I'm super excited to go and do that. Hi, Mom. Thanks for joining. So that was definitely a tradition we have to keep up. But that was really crazy that she asked to do that. So she definitely wants that tradition to keep up. So that was exciting. One of the traditions we do for the holiday season. There was a couple others too that I was really impressed that she wanted to keep up and keep doing. So I'm glad to see that. So hopefully everybody had a great holiday season and a Happy New Year. So and I know we did. So I got my house back in order. I put everything away, put all my Christmas decorations away. I said, I'm done. We're just going to put them away and get them done. And everything got put away and done because my husband has to put them up in the attic and get that all done. I'm one of those people, once Christmas is done, I just want it all put away. I love, love, love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite time of year. But this year I was sick for like 3 weeks before Christmas. So I had a hard time getting it up and getting it out. And it just was stressful for me. But so I didn't really get to enjoy that part of it. So this year I just wanted it up and out and put away and be done with it. So I just got it done. And I got most of my house back in order so that I could just get on with everything. So then I thought, well, I have all this time that I got everything put back away. I'm going to go ahead and do a live tonight because I was playing with all my stuff that I had gotten that I hadn't had a chance to play with. So I decided to use some of the celebration things that we have coming up, which is going to go live for you guys January 4th. Super exciting for you guys. So I put them away, silly me. Okay, so we have Celebration catalog, which is coming out January 4th. Let me just pull them out. Where did I put them? We have the mini catalog that is coming out. And then along with that, a celebration. So the mini catalog comes out and you get to have all kinds of fun things inside here. I can't show you the inside. Super fun stuff. If you need a catalog, please reach out to me and I can get one sent out to you if you haven't gotten one. So in the mini catalog is this Stippled Roses set. So it comes with that stamp set and then the dies that go with it. Oh my goodness, super amazing. Really pretty. It says Happy Mother's Day, sending thanks, best birthday wishes, congratulations. And then it has a die set that comes with it. Super cute, really nice. Very nice for Mother's Day too. And then I used, then we have, along with this, here's my little list, see my list, because I want all these things, is Celebration. So along with the mini catalog coming out, from January 4th to February 29th is Celebration. So with $50 in purchase and $100 purchase, you get to earn free items out of this catalog. Super neat. Oh my goodness, you can't pass that up. So then I used this paper. Okay, put this away. So then I used this paper, and this paper is called Softly Stippled, which interesting that they both have the same name, so that kind of goes together. This paper is gorgeous. All of our DSP is gorgeous. So I used this paper. Oh my goodness gracious. But you can, I mean, and this side and then this side, so that side. But again, this paper, yeah, I mean, you have this side, then you have that side, then you have, you know, this, and then it's like I mean, all of this, here's like more of a muted roses, and the die will cut out this rose right here. So that's kind of nice. And then again, here's like a washed backing you can use. Here's some more flowers. Again, this paper is just gorgeous. And then this here too, you can use as a background. It's like, oh, it almost looks like a carpet woven. So I mean, it's got all kinds of background to it. So I took this and used this flower section. And then I used like this, I don't know, it's also like a woven kind of thing to it. I'm not really sure. So this you get with $50 in purchase, free. So I used that. So I used both of these sets. And this is the card we're going to make. I'm going to turn this around so you're seeing this, not me. You don't need to see me. So this is the card we're going to make. And I chose a happy birthday to you. And I got that thing not out of that set. I used a different set and I must have put it away. So sorry. I did. I put it away. I'm not sure where I got the happy birthday to you out of. I apologize. So super easy. This is a great, easy, simple card to make. So I just took our basic 8.5 by 5.5, scored it at 4 1/4. We're going to fold this just like we normally do. So I used Calypso Coral. The good thing about all of our papers is on the back here, it tells you what papers go with this paper in here, and it says Calypso Coral, Lost Lagoon, Pebbled Path, Pool Party, and Wild Wheat. And that goes with all the different kinds of paper that's in here. So I thought Calypso Coral would go really pretty with this. So that's what I pulled out, because this goes beautiful with this. And again, you could actually pull out the other two colors that are in here, which is Pebbled Path, and this is that other one. This is Wild Wheat. You could use Wild Wheat too. That would look really pretty, which is actually the ribbon that I used. I used the ribbon from there. So we can actually glue this piece on, and then we're going to do some stamping and then gluing. But we can glue this piece on because we know this is going to be on there. No problem. Glue that piece on. And I still cannot figure out my camera situation. I can't figure out why I can't get this piece up here to get tighter. And so I'm sort of in camera. I could see. You kind of see what I'm doing. So I'm trying to play with it and get it so that it's better. There's not like a little screw up here for me to tighten this, so this gets really wobbly and I can't. I'll have to sit and figure it out some more. Okay, so that we can put aside because we're going to definitely work with. But now I want to work with this piece so that we can stamp on it. And so I'm going to stamp this big leaf part. And I decided I wanted to stamp with Old Olive. And I want to stamp Old Olive on there. So I find that because this is so big, that it's easier if I take this. Oh, thanks, Mom. And I actually stamp on here rather than take this and stamp on here. I find for me it's easier, but you can do whichever is easier for you. But I just find that it's just a little bit easier for me to manage. And then, see, I get these little edges, and I think that last time when I just did this, I don't think my edges showed up, but we're going to see. I can always flip this. Well, I can't really flip this over, so actually I'm going to take my baby wipe. So I take my baby wipe and I fix my edges because that bothers me. Just to make sure that it won't, because I have these edges and I try not to get these on here because I don't want it to stamp on my card. And I used the deckled rectangle on this. So I could flip it over, but it isn't as pretty as this side. That's where you get the deckled rectangle better. So, I mean, it wouldn't be tragic if I turned it over, but I like that side better. So I'm going to just do that. I believe that this stamp set, it is not. So, no. Okay. So now we're going to position this. Go up all over this thing. All right. So I'm going to position this. It's going to stamp off just a little bit, which is not that big a deal. But we're going to put this kind of like this. And that looks about right. Give it a good press. There we go. It looks pretty good. And then I stamped this happy birthday, which I'm going to have to find where I got this from. And I have stamped this in the Calypso Floral. So I'm going to close my Old Olive so I don't get that all over everything. And we can put this flower just about anywhere on here. So I wanted to stamp the happy birthday so that I knew kind of where the happy birthday was going to lie. So let's just kind of stamp that on there. That looks pretty good. So, camera. I stamped that one up a little bit, so I'm going to stamp this one down here a little bit more. I want it to be a little bit more in the picture, so see how that goes. That's a little bit more proportioned. So Okay. Now I already cut out the flower, so I stamped the flower first, and then there's a die cut. There's a in our dies in here, there's a die that will cut this out. So I already stamped it, and so now I'm going to color this. So I took my old olive blender and I used the light old olive and I colored the leaves. And this like does not take long at all to just like get in here and color these. So my husband's staff gave him a gift card for the movies. And so I was like, well, that's really nice. And so we were looking at movies, and I was really surprised that he wanted to go see Not You or something. If it's Not You or something like that, it's a romantic comedy. And I was like, you really want to go see that? Okay. Which it was actually really cute. You just move your paper up a little. Which paper, Mom? I'm up all the way. Where do you need me to move? Am I not in the camera enough? Do you need me to move that one up? Is it better? Oh, before. Okay, I'm sorry. I had looked up. I apologize. Okay. So I was really surprised that he wanted to go see If It's Not You or Not You, but it's a romantic comedy. I was like, oh my goodness. But it was a really cute movie, and actually, we really enjoyed that. So that's what we saw yesterday when we went to the movies. Really, really cute. So I stamped this really lightly because I first stamped this one, and I see now I should have I stamped this black, and I thought, oh, that's really kind of dark, but actually I should have kept it dark. So I'm gonna have to go back in and, because now you really can't see the details of this. So you really want to see the details of this. I was trying something different, but you want to see, this looks like a blob now. So you want to be able to see the outline of the flower. So I was thinking you didn't want to see the outline of the flower, but as you color this in, this looks just like a blob and you can't tell that this is a flower. So this looks a bit ridiculous. So I'm not going to attach this. So, but I was thinking that you didn't want to, but see, as I color this, you can't tell that it's really a flower as compared to this one where you can tell. So, and you can't see the lines. So I'm not going to adhere that on there because that looks a bit ridiculous. But I was thinking, oh, you don't want it to be as dark because I did that one in black. So I'm not going to adhere this one on here because I'm going to have to stamp another one and then put it on there. But so I'm going to just adhere everything else and then I'll restamp another one and then put it on there. All right, so I'm going to glue this to this piece. So I did both of these in the deckled rectangle. See how you don't know until you do it. So, but I just did them on different sizes. So there's the deckled rectangles comes in all different sizes. So I just did one size up from this size. And I saw this done and it was just squares. So you can do just squares. But I thought that the deckled rectangle gave it some dimension and I liked that much better. So that's what came to my head. So I actually took this out of the catalog, the idea. It was like on a bag. They put it on a bag. So I just put it on a card instead. So I just kind of used their idea. It was really cute. I just did it a little bit differently. All right, so, and I'm going to put this on here. Something else you could do is, now I popped up the flower, so I didn't pop up this square because I think if you mail this, it'll be too much popped up. So I just glued this on, but I glued it on at an angle, which I really liked. So we're going to glue this on at an angle. Not upside down though. That would not be. So we're going to glue this. And you just have to make sure that you are just within these edges and this edge, and you're good. And I don't know why I was okay there, and this one I'm not. If I just did it differently. I just must have done it just a little bit different. Okay, so to get my, I didn't do a bow. It was very cute how they did that. So I just took a piece of this and they basically, my goodness, now I'm not going to be able to do this. This is what they did. They just kind of took this. Oh my gosh. You know, when you're live, you just can't seem to do it right. I'm just trying to get an idea of how much I need. So I'm going to do that. And there we go. That's what they did. So to get it to stay, I think they stapled it to there, but I didn't want the staple on there. So I used my glue dots. So I took my glue dots. I think they stapled it because then it made it look like it was a tag, but I didn't want the staple on there. So I took my glue dot. And, oops. And I put the glue dot right there where it's going to be the crease. Okay, so it's going to crease over. So see how that's going to crease over like that. So that's going to hold that in place like that. And then we're going to put the glue dot on here to hold this on. But I actually put two on and I put another one on there because I really wanted to hold it in place. So I actually put two glue dots on it. So I just really wanted to hold this in place. So we're going to come down here and we're going to put this on. Now that's too long because it hangs over. So easy fix. Just come in with your snips. And we're going to just snip there. Oops. Cut a little bit crooked, but you know. There we go. So now that looks really super cute. So when I do my flower, I'll come back and I will put in my rhinestones. In the catalog, well, in the celebration, they have these really neat embellishments, but I don't have them because I haven't gotten mine yet. So I didn't have them to go here. So when, pardon me, when all else fails, rhinestones work. So see, I put the rhinestones on, and actually that really popped that out too. So, you know, when all else fails, put rhinestones on, and that will work too. So something else I forgot to do was I forgot to put my little white piece in. So let's put our little white piece in the inside. So you can write your sentiment. And And we will be all done. Since I kind of messed up my flower. I never knew that. So see, we just learned something, didn't we? You do have to stamp with the black in order for it to work. So I didn't know that. I should have tested it, but you know what? What happens, huh? Okay, so then I'll do my flower and it will turn out like this. So basically, there we go. But I really like that paper. I think that paper is really pretty. And you could do, so this is that, let me show you that paper that I think would be really pretty with it too. So I didn't think of it till just now. So as your base, you could use this paper on the, instead of the clips of coral, you could use this paper to pull out that color. And I think that would be just as pretty too. So all kinds of different ideas, but this paper is going to be gorgeous to start using. All right, so it goes live on the 4th, which is in a couple of days. So if you need a catalog or you want to order, please feel free to get a hold of me and I'll be happy to help you so we can order and you can get these wonderful free things. And I will be happy to help you order and happy to help you get whatever you need. And I thank you for watching me tonight. I know because it's been crazy. But hopefully you had a new year, a happy new year, and I will see you next week. Have a great night. Bye-bye.